Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. So it's that time again. It's Saturday night and we're live. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see who turns up. So we'll just wait for. Let's just wait and see who turns up. Let's get into the videos and see what's happening, and we'll mute that. We've got 4 people here. Let's see who's here. Mike's here. Mike, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in, mate. How are you doing? Mike's greenhouse is here. Good man. How are you doing, kiddo? Mike. Becky's allotments here. Thank you very much for coming in. Natalie Kitson's here. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. First time here. Thank you. I'm all right, Mike. I'm all right. Mike's. What was that? What was that? You little nutter. Right. This. So he just see. Now you get the monster side. Now you're getting to see the monster side of him. You normally just see him laugh. Off you go. He just launched. He had a phone in his hand and he just launched that across. I thought he was going to smash my laptop screen then for a second. He just launched it. Brian, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in, mate. Mike, I know how you feel, man. Yeah, I was tempted to actually just sit this one out today, but you gotta come on. What have you been up to, Brian?
Lie down.
So, Natalie, where are you based? Are you in the UK? I think it's the first time you're here, so tell us a little bit about yourself. Oh, this is on top chat, so I'm not seeing everyone's comments. There we go. I'll change that to live chat. Joyce is here. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Brian got to the plot today for a short time. See, I wanted to get out today, get into the garden for a bit, but it's pouring down with rain. It just hasn't stopped. And it was hailing. Yeah, and we had a lot of hailstones today. So, and it was freezing, and it was miserable, so I just couldn't get outside. Natalie's based in Natalie's based in London. Brian, were you out in that sleet then? It was fresh air. Yeah. I couldn't manage it today though. I couldn't. How did you fare in that sleet? Because I freeze. I don't handle cold very well. Yeah, I don't handle cold very well at all. Dean's lost the plots here. How are you doing, mate? Thank you very much for coming in. It felt great.
Now bedtime, okay? Okay?
So everyone's saying hello to everyone. Nice. See, I haven't got a subject matter for tonight's live. I was thinking of sitting this one out today, but I needed to come on and have a chat with you guys. Yeah, I just needed to have a chat with you guys and see how you all are.
Get up.
So it's raining in the Netherlands.
Who's this milk?
What have you... Mike, I've not been up to much, mate. Well, I say I've not been up to much. I've been up to a lot, and I've been quite active over the last week, but not garden related. A lot has been getting involved with quite a few political things rather than gardening over the week and a half. We've subject mate to get you laughing your socks off. Oh, we have a subject to get me laughing my socks off. Go on then, Brian. Let's have a go. So it's been dry in London, but you still didn't get to the plot. What have you been up to, Mike? I've been busy with my exams. By Christmas, I would have done 25% of my GCSE business studies. Oh, that's awesome. Frank, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Tariq Ahmed is here. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much for coming in. How are you doing? Now you invaded. See, Tariq's one of my real world friends. He's a guy that I've grown up with. Um, yeah, I've known him since I was in college. So yeah, uh, let's leave. Yeah, yeah, I agree, Dean. Sitting on his so Mike's sitting on his backside, plotting the downfall. uh, hopefully my channel will be back to normal. Mike's greenhouse. Hopefully it will be. Looking forward to your updates. It's a new year, new start. Let's get it going. I have at least one more video to do before Christmas. Dean's challenge plus an update. Nice. Um, any spoilers that you're gonna give us? Life of Riado's here. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. I'm very good, mate. I'm very good. Uh, how are you keeping? How's the family? Da, 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 da. So, I think I missed the start of Becky's comment. What she replied. What she's real. They'll do it to themselves. Uh, Brian's on his backside every day. Yeah, he's got here nearly ready for Christmas. Just need to get the videos up. Is everyone's Christmas preparations going all right? What was my challenge again? Was it the three things questions? See, that three things challenge has been going on quite a while now. Is it? It's doing all right. Oh, is Brian doing his Scrooge impression? um, so, what did you get done at the plot today? I went and had a look at my hotbed. Went out and had a look at my hotbed earlier, and the kohlrabi's all come up, and all the kohlrabi's doing all right. They've grown about an inch. They're looking a bit leggy, to be honest with you, but that's sort of expected with the light. But my lettuce, it came up and it's all the lettuce has died. So I don't know if anyone's got any ideas of why all the lettuce has died. Uh, Frank's Frank's back. See, any ideas why my lettuce could be dying? Because they all came up. Most of them came up quite nice, but then they've all died. See the core. Hopefully, Brian, I won't get any frosts in the greenhouse because we had -3 not so long ago, and the greenhouse managed to stay frost free. And yeah, the greenhouse managed to stay frost free, and I think the temperature got down to about 1.5 degrees, or was it -1.5 degrees? So it's about a one and a half. It's about a 1 to 1.5 degree. Some days even 2 degree difference between what's outside and what's inside during the coldest points. So it's doing all right. too damp could be. Are they winter hardy lettuce? I don't know, Brian. I don't know. I think then I don't think they are. I think they're just they're just ordinary some of the little gem. I can't remember what the other two varieties are. -3 is sunbathing weather. Rather you than me. -3 and I'm inside. I can't. Yeah, I can't get out in that weather. It's just too cold for me. I got told that I got told the same today, Brian. After mourning about Christmas, we have to listen to the Christmas song. I notice how when I buy watermelons from Marks and Spencer, it actually tastes like cucumber. I know it's out of season, but it's part of the cucumber family. So all your courgettes, cucumbers, all your melons, gourds, they're all part of the cucurbit family. So they're all part of the cucumber family. I don't know why your particular melons tasting like cucumber. It's probably because it's been in the fridge too long. Jerry Yacklin's here. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in all the way over from the States. How are you keeping? Cheryl's here from the Highlands. It could be because it's out of season, and it's because yeah, out of season and being stored in the fridge for so long. We've got 14 people. We've got 6 likes. If you haven't hit that like for me, please hit that like for me. Fish with Bish is here. Top man, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in, big man. And he makes an awesome entrance as well, don't he? I ate a bad watermelon once. Was sick for a day. A watermelon made you ill. We have snow and ice. We have snow and ice in season here. See, Jerry, it's been cold and wet. We had some hailstones. They had some sleet over in over the other side of the Pennines. But yeah, what's it like where everyone else is? I know Cheryl, you guys have had quite a bit of snow up there. I had a melon from my garden this summer. It wasn't ripened it wasn't ripened enough though, and it tasted like cucumber. Um, so it's cold and windy in London. It was off, tasted a bit funny. So it's been lovely today. Expecting to be dry for a week. Is it still snowing up there, Frank? That's how it's been. That's how it's been around here. Um, it's just pouring down with rain. It just hasn't stopped. In truth, very cold in Manchester. It's cold and rainy in South Wales. Cold and wet, but no snow yet, thankfully. See, do you know, if it was gonna snow, I want proper snow. Do you know, not that little powdery stuff that you can't even go sledging on. I want real snow. Do you know, like at least 6 inches to a foot of snow, and then you can go and have a good play about on it in on the sledge. It was a couple of years ago. I managed to take my kids sledging for the first time, and that was all right. Feels it's 12 degrees in my shed. I'm happy. That's not bad at all. Have you got the heaters on in there and the lights and stuff? It's hot and sunny in Bish's house. I think I need to come over to your house. Uh, you in your shed now, Dean. See, I need to. I don't know what I need to do in the greenhouse to try and get that warm out. But during the day, it's getting very warm in there because it's getting up to 23, 24 degrees in there during the day. It's just the night time. Can a hotbed warm up the shed? Is that male 6 inches or a female 6 inches. I just want enough to go. Yeah, 6 inches. I just want enough to be able to go. I just want enough to be able to go sledging properly. Uh, when we get snow, my garden will look as tidy as anyone else's. Um, Tariq, a hotbed will be able to warm up a shed. See, if anyone saw, I posted a video of Jean Payne's video on Facebook. If anyone saw that, that guy was an absolute legend when it came to using compost to heat water. He did it right. No day night Monty, go away. Just the lights on keeps it above 10 degrees. Do you keep your lights on all the time, or how often a day? How long in a day do you keep your lights on? So I was thinking I need to. I've got this set of lights and I need to use them somehow. I need to either set up a little grow room inside the house, or some or run a wire from the socket to the greenhouse and run it in there. Is there any non-artificial, non-electrical equipment that can provide constant light source inside the greenhouse or shed? Uh, I don't think so. Not non-artificial and non-electric. You could probably get away with using solar, but in this at this time of the year, your solar might be quite hard to it might not generate enough electricity. Uh, I had a bad storm the other night, knocked out most of the glass on my greenhouse. It only I only had half the glass in there. We we had bought enough to replace it. Now I need more. No way. Um, that sounds quite harsh, Cheryl. So I'm going to go into the garden centre tomorrow to get my compost ready to start the season, just around the corner. See, Brian, I think you saw my worm video, so I've got loads of compost from that. But I'm gonna get some shop bought compost and mix the two, and then use that to start my seeds in this year. One is on 24/7, and the other one's come on for 10 hours a day, 10 hours, 7 days a week. Jerry Ackland's asking, did I took them sledding? Did I bring them back? I'm still here, Cheryl. I'm still here. I froze for a moment. Um, have a cheap log burner in the garage. Takes about 5 minutes to warm up. The chimney gives off a lot of heat. How long does it? How long does your log burner keep warm for? Because I keep toying with the idea of getting a log burner inside the house. I've been asking quite a few questions about log burners, uh, but what when we did this house up when we moved here, we had the chimney breast taken out, um, to give us more room. So we haven't got a chimney. So I don't know if that's going to be a problem. Next is the start of Bish's garden makeover. See, we've turned Bish from just being a pure fisherman into being a gardener as well. So he's going to start making garden videos. That's going to be all right. That's going to be all right. I see plenty of worms. The wife and daughter every day of the week. Oh, Brian's at it again. He's been naughty. Him. You're lucky they don't see this, otherwise they'd have you. Uh, you need a multi fuel and have a you need you need a multi fuel and have a flue chimney fitted. So multi fuel, will that run off gas as well? Mine keeps hot for about 10 to 14 hours once banked up. What do you mean banked up? What do you mean by banked up? I'm get Cheryl's getting another goat. No way. What type of goat are you getting? What type of goat are you getting? Suffolk Susie's here. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. I hope you're well. We've still got 14 people in the house. That's all right. That's quite good. I'm down the plot twice a day when I have my fire running. So the multi-fuel one is all combustible, coal, wood, pellets, etc. Ah, that's not a bad idea. See, I keep toying with the idea of it, but I'm just thinking it could be a couple of grand to get one fitted properly. So I just keep thinking, can I afford it? Can I do it? And is it worth it? Is it going to save me the money? I just keep playing with those ideas. I don't know. It's just an idea at the minute. Um, so Brian's wife and daughter are listening to him calling them worms. You're gonna get battered. My suitcase who my suitcase who jumps at everything and is a pain in the backside. It's his the nutcase, not suitcase. Uh, so Cheryl's got this crazy little goat that likes to get into places where he shouldn't be. Um, did I see a picture on your Facebook profile? You had a goat and was it a goat up a tree or something? Or was that? Or am I just making that up? Banked up means topped up, full with coal and reducing the airflow to last. Okay. I asked the council how much it would cost. They said 3,000. 3,000 for a fitted um wood burner. That's the only. Well, that's putting me off. It's quite a big only thing, isn't it? It's expensive to start, but then you can have can source free fuel. That's the thing. It's going to be expensive, and then it's going to be a lot of work. Finding wood and stuff. But I'm very tempted. I'm very tempted. He's not little. He's big. Yeah. So yours was up the tree. Yeah. He jumps 4 foot from his stand. His name is Billy. He climbs. So yeah, Cheryl's goat was the one that was up the tree. I've seen 14 people here. Let's see who's still here. Da, 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 da. Oops, I've clicked on something wrong. The goat that ate your garden. See, it's showing 13 people, but only about 5 are listed. Okay, that's fine. Where's everyone gone? Everyone was here a bit ago. Um, Wonderful to watch the flames, and you can have a back boiler fitted so you can get hot water from it. Also, do you know the back boiler that you're talking about? Bish, do you know the back boiler that you're talking about? Do you know? Have you got one with a back boiler? And can you have you got one that runs the central heating? You froze a while a few minutes ago. Maybe kick people off. Could be. Uh, Life of Riado's still here. He's just listening. All right, that's all right. Joyce is still here eating a walnuts. uh, Cost me over 3 grand for my gas central heating, but I can turn it on. See, Brian's proper fancy now. He's got a mobile phone controlled boiler. My cats have found my Christmas tree. Leslie's gutted. She has to She's had to dress it up twice now. No way. Did they completely take it apart? I used to have five cats, so I did laugh. Um, did they completely wreck it, or what have they done? You should have done a little. You should have done a little before and after shot of that. That would have been a good video. So they completely wrecked it. That no way. That's crazy. Branches everywhere. What happened to the tinsel and all the baubles? I bet they were just chasing them around all day. No, mine is just a little barrel burner in the garage. Cost about 60 quid and 50 quid for the chimney. And cover now. I get free wood from a friend of mine. And do you get proper wood from trees, or do you get like scrap wood? And have you decorations on the floor? Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. You see, I haven't had a cat for a while. We used to have a. When did my cat go missing? I think my cat went missing about 6 years ago. Oh, you've only got one cat. See, I had a cat. We haven't had a cat for about 6 or 7 years, I think. Um, but we had a cat. It was about 10 years old, and then it just one day it just left and never came back. Um, so I'm guessing it just went off somewhere to go and die. So Bish uses scrap wood and wood from the pallets and tree wood. Uh, is seasoned in the garage. See, I was thinking if I could just probably run a wood burner from scrap wood, so logs and not logs, because you can't get logs for free around here. So it'd generally be stuff like pallet wood and bits of lumber from, that builders have left over and stuff like that. I could, if I went out for a drive, I could probably fill a trailer up in a day. Um, Probably in a couple of hours, I could fill a trailer up and come back. The amount of building work that goes on uh, within a couple of miles of where I live, there's always loads and loads of wood that you can go and get. So I get I get scrap wood and speak to tree surgeons for wood. See, tree surgeons have been quite generous with with the wood chips, but they're always a bit cagey about giving wood away because I think they cut it down and sell it themselves. I use sea coal also, so managed to get a good deal for it. What's sea coal? Is that just like normal coal but come out of the sea? I have a forestry land behind our place and we can get free wood from, but the chimney in the Rayburn needs fixing. Becky's cats rip a tree down in minutes. I made a tree that attaches to the wall. They took it down. So you don't try now. No. 3 3 25 kilo 3 25 kilo sacks for £5. So I got 21. So I got 21 bags. 3 25 kilo bags. So how long will you okay?
Yeah, I went screaming for the hallway. I got something on my shirt and I screaming.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
How
So
much
how long?
people
How
here?
long will 25 kilos last you? It lies on the beaches after. Ah, okay.
What does that say?
Hello, kiddo. It's supposed to say kiddo. There you go. She's corrected it. Kiddo. Uh, that's Cheryl. Say hello then.
Hello.
Little You were in a bit of a mood earlier, weren't you? Why were you in a mood earlier?
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay. Okay. Uh,
I'm not good at remembering names.
Um,
Dean's
so
last report, it was...
that'll last you till April or May. And do you know with that, will you have the heat on non-stop all day then? Well, obviously not when it's warm, but hello trouble, love the pink pom-poms.
I have another shirt like this. It's black and it has different colour pom-poms.
It's nothing unusual to see banks of coal washed up on banks in the northeast beaches.
Who was first to come on the live?
So, can you just go and collect that yourself? Frank's there saying hello, cutie pie. See, I've been nattering all this time, and Frank hasn't said hello for ages because he's seen my ugly mug. And as soon as the kids turn up,
He probably wants everyone hi.
It will be on 24
hi,
out
cutie
of 7
pie.
when I start off in January.
it will be on 24/7, mate, when I start off in January.
What is that
Ah,
for
okay.
that?
He's talking about his
That's the younger kid.
I'm the younger. He's the oldest.
he's talking about his wood burner. He's got. Do you guys fancy getting a wood burner?
He was saying hello. He was saying hello, younger kiddo. I'm the younger kiddo. He's
Saeed
the
Khanum's
older
here.
one.
It's Ahmed. Ahmed's there. Assalamu alaikum.
What do you mean?
Who Ahmed? Which Ahmed? Which Ahmed?
From Walsall. You calm down. So it's
You said you.
it's my yeah. So
He's
that's my wife's
eating.
cousin. He's on the phone.
Hi, Ahmad!
Yeah, but
Is he watching
So you
right
can't-
In
now?
the next Gen movie, Momo's head gets stuck in the doors a lot.
stop it.
Did I just
Stop it.
spoil it? Wait, how
No.
about 17 likes and
Hi.
14 people watching?
Okay, so
He joined. That was the one
Frank,
that joined
Frank,
right now.
I'm just winding you up. I'm just winding you
Who's
up, man.
Frank?
Frank,
Ahmad, can you
Frank
ask
is
me
there.
some questions?
Yeah. So Dean pays for the
I
call.
like questions.
Okay, just
People
hang
asking me
on for a second.
questions.
So Dean pays for his call because it's a lot easier.
Thanks,
yeah.
Ahmad.
So you didn't say hello to Cheryl because she said hello to your older
wait.
kiddo.
What?
Yeah, it's Brian.
Hi. Wait.
What's
What's
what?
one? Two.
Easy.
I didn't like him with my favorite superhero or something like that.
Calm down. Right. I'm off, mate. Need to get a brew and then do. Get a
Ahmad,
video
I
spot.
meant like,
Right.
what's my favorite
You take care,
superhero
and I'll see
or
you
something?
soon. I'll see you soon.
Bye.
I don't know what to do.
It's a what one I'd one.
Come on.
Correct.
Sit back.
2 times 2. Whoa, duh.
Oh.
See, the kids have just taken over again. So Seacole spits.
Bye.
Okay, stop.
Bye, life of burrito.
So Seacole spits bad when it's hot. If you
Oh,
that's
it's got to
something
be
that it can break.
Spider-Man because Spider-Man's he's cool. Correct.
Okay,
Bye.
he's going.
Bye, Ahmed.
Bye bye.
He's
so-
gone.
So Dean,
What's a lot of
hang on,
Ahmed?
hang on.
Bye again.
Bye,
so Dean, are you talking about those?
Okay. You still
Guys,
here?
sit back.
Bye bye. Okay.
Are you talking about
still
those
here?
wood burners with a glass front?
Oh, somebody else went.
I have a
Becky's
two
a
times
lot
tables
better.
in my head now. I know. I already have them in my head. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12,
14, blah blah.
I wasn't done. 14,
I used to
16,
collect it the hard
18,
way
20,
with
22,
a push bike
24.
and sacks.
Easy.
How much people are there? 12. Who just went?
Or just line.
Brian, are you near the coast? Oh no, but you. you
I'll
used
be.
to live-
We don't know.
I might be coming to your house on the 2 weeks holiday on school. I think I'm coming. Are we going to the house on the 2 weeks?
Not this 2 weeks holiday. I'm too busy at work.
No. Can we go on the weekend?
No,
Dude!
no. A multi-fuel
When
stove.
can we go?
Okay, calm down. A multi-fuel stove that has a glass door.
I
If you use
know.
sea coal, there is a chance of it smashing the glass. Ah, so that.
Oh man, oh man. The
Okay.
oh man, oh man.
Wait, Ahmed, have you played
that-
this Ben 10 Pixelations game on Roblox?
We're having cross conversations here. We're talking about wood burners, and you're talking about Ben 10 pixelation.
Well, I'm talking to Ahmed. Why is Khadija eating her? I eat my clothes sometimes like a werewolf.
Stop eating your clothes.
It makes my neck like a werewolf.
Okay. So, what do you guys want to grow this year?
I don't know.
What do you want to? Do you want to try and growing something special?
I want to grow pizza. Peas. I want to grow peas. I want to grow pizza. I'm just joking, guys.
So I used to live a mile. See, Brian.
Why
I keep
did you
forgetting.
say
I
oops,
keep
sorry?
forgetting about your
Because he
accent.
made a messy
Okay,
message.
sit back.
That
So,
rhyme or something.
You're looking forward to growing a sweet corn this year.
He's saying you can't grow pizza.
It's just a joke.
We need to get you eating some more veg, you know.
Oof.
I want to grow peas.
For those of you who've got kids, do you have trouble getting your boys especially to eat the veg?
Oh.
Because this one won't eat any veg. He won't eat any fruit.
He won't even eat apples.
I hate apples.
I want to grow apples. I want to grow cherries.
Apples and pears taste the same, and I don't like them.
But you used to eat apples when you were a baby.
But for some
Okay,
weird
bye bye,
reason,
Ahmed.
I don't like them anymore. Wait,
But I said bye. Got
didn't
So-
you say bye
Bye.
before, and now why
So
were you
look-
still here?
How'd you get? You need to.
Ahmed does
Yeah.
a lot of comments.
Let it.
Don't do that. Leave it.
I had enough lunchtime. Go get ready for bed now.
Okay.
Into late.
Heather, you go first.
Assalamu
Oh,
alaikum.
he's gone now.
I know
Assalamu
people,
alaikum.
Ahmed was there.
Okay.
so I know people who use sea coal in their park rays at home.
I'm trying to.
One stone always ended up in the.
Khadija, Mom said live stream is out. Live stream.
What a park race?
What about, can you move that?
Khadija,
Sam's here. Sam, how are you doing,
Hi,
mate? Thank you
Sam.
very much for coming
Can
in.
you just listen to me? And
Sup, Sam?
one by one
You're
get
gonna-
change, please.
Yeah. Okay. Heather, you go.
Wait, I'll get changed and then buy a swap
Yeah.
with me.
Yeah.
can I
By
eat?
this room.
Ow.
By
If I
this
go for
room.
that.
No,
Onto this
by
leg.
this room. By this
So you're,
room.
yeah. You're a bit too. You're a bit too bony.
I'm going to think.
Okay, look. Explain to everyone why you don't eat fruit and veg.
No.
Because fruit and veg will make you strong. Look, Brian will tell you about it. Fruit and veg.
I don't want it to be told to me.
Eh?
I don't want it to be told to
You don't
me.
have to have it.
Calm
They can tell you a story about how they ate fruit and veg and got strong. Look, you know
Boring.
Sam's over 6 foot tall. Do you know that?
I don't even like
You
strawberries.
don't have to
Yeah,
like
listen
all
to this,
of the
listen to
food
this.
though.
Sam ate all
So
his
he's 7 feet tall?
Sam ate all his fruit and veg and he's over 6 feet tall.
I think he's 7 feet tall. Because when people say like over a number like 7 feet tall or over
So,
when 700
Becky-
Pokemon, I think like it's just one more. But in my Pokemon book it says 700 Pokemon, but it's got to be 750 in there.
So Jazz is here from Alternative
Who's
Small
Jazz?
Jazz.
Jazz hand.
Hadi,
Okay.
your time to
Kira-
the toilet
Kira-
now.
Woo.
Hi,
hi, Ro.
Rue's mum.
Bathroom.
Hi, Rue's
I
mom.
do everything.
I like the garden show because there were
Because you go to
like
sleep.
pumpkin people.
Why don't you wear different trousers? Why
And I
don't you-
started imagining them like
So Becky's
all
asking,
the
Becky's asking, don't you even?
stuff to like come alive and up
Excuse me.
become up to mischief.
Hello, go. Khadija's done.
Okay, you go get yourself changed. Go.
Then can I go back for a minute?
Go first. What you supposed to do?
So park razor, what Dean using is okay. So hi, I'm not chatting today. Just listening as I'm stripping my sideboard unit.
Mum, I'm just going to go to
See,
the
Sam's
toilet.
into making furniture at the
Gosh,
minute.
just go. Excuse me. I don't think you could have do it so that first. Brush your
No,
teeth. and
by
stuff.
us.
Okay.
You just...
See,
Hello. Everyone.
see, Brian ate all his fruit and veg, and it made him so strong he ripped his leg off and didn't even feel it. Why is he?
She likes wearing that.
It feels cold
So,
every
look,
time.
look at that. Read that.
Huh,
I
this
made you.
one.
Yeah, no, the one below it.
I-
Read it out loud.
I made you... what is it?
Aloo chop
Aloo chop.
today. Very tasty. That's awesome, Jazz. That's absolutely fun. Yeah, that's awesome.
Hello, Montian kiddos.
Don't scream.
Did everyone like it?
Like what?
You get the oil and I'll put some oil on your hair.
Gave up on chroming.
Of a bike frame, lol. Who's his brain? Who's brain?
Gave up on Brian, not brain.
Look like I said brain.
He has got a big brain. He has got a big brain. Gave up on chroming.
Who's
bike
high
frame.
B? Lol B? Who's
Brian. Brian B's Brian. How come he stopped? How come he stopped the bike frame?
B? Who's that?
Will you go?
That's call outdoors. No, don't. Why did you press cancel?
I didn't press anything.
Cole, how you doing, mate? You alright?
Hello.
So,
I'm
what have you been up
doing
to today? What time is it over there? About 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
About, yeah.
Yay.
Get what Khadija? We only. Look at that. It's the Jazz. It's the other one that's the trouble. This one's all right. We only eat vegetables, and I'm super strong. Veggies are so important for your brain, eyes, blood, and how fast you can run.
I've already super fast. I'm on 3rd place in sports race. What?
No, that you
That's
are. It's good. That's brilliant. It's almost 4 there. It's a lot of effort in the wrist to mirror finish aluminium. Because it was looking pretty smart though.
What's it saying that?
Alan
What's that
wrote when we just
saying?
got home and tried to steal them all.
Still what all?
All your aloo chops. Did you use breadcrumbs or did you use just the egg? Khadija. So imagine being even faster.
Huh?
Imagine even being faster. See, this one's not the trouble. This one eats a fruit and veg. It's the other one that's giving me trouble at the minute. Well, he's been giving us. Do you know one of the most frustrating things and one of the most worrying things is when kids don't eat. See, I said he's been giving us trouble. He's shouting from the toilet that he heard it.
Oh, got a big hole in my...
Yeah, you had a tiny hole and you ripped it.
No, I didn't. Every time I put it on my foot keeps getting stuck in it. Homemade bum.
That's clever, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
and then she used those breadcrumbs to cover the aloo chops with. So
Ooh.
everything was homemade. How clever is that?
I don't know.
That's very clever. Excuse me. Yeah, so Oh, I'm tired. I'm really tired.
Dead.
Me?
Where's the baby gone?
Sleep. That's why it's quiet.
See, we had the baby. The baby was
Taking over the
he's
live stream
he's
was the other day.
he started this thing now that just before he goes to bed, he decides to start singing, and he'll sing for
Diamond,
a
diamond
couple.
in the sky.
Yeah, he's
I'm a shiny, shiny star, diamond, diamond.
I'm a
So
shiny, shiny star. I'm a diamond in the sky.
so he sings. Yeah, he'll sing that to us every night.
Becky says he wants. Becky says she wants to make some now.
And yeah, he'll sing that to us every night, and it'll go on 12 o'clock. He's still jumping about in bed, singing his "Diamond in the Sky." Then 1 o'clock. Last night we got to bed at 2 o'clock because he was still singing "Diamond in the Sky." When I was young, my mother made me eat everything. See, she had to eat everything. No choice. You guys are spoiled.
You get to get choice, and I still don't eat.
You don't know you're born, you lot. See,
Excuse me.
I was working by the time I was your age.
Someone said to me, I make him do everything, but he doesn't do anything. I just ask him to go get a water.
Bye bye.
Ow, ow, ow.
Let me get
ow.
comfy. So Becky wants to make some aloo chops.
I'm still here.
Do you know? Why don't you start that as a tag? That'd be awesome. Do you know?
No choice indeed. Whee!
An aloo, an aloo chop follow up. That'd be awesome.
You're making aloo chops.
Okay, will you guys go to bed, please?
I'm old school when it comes to that.
I've got to tidy up downstairs. Come on, Khadija.
Look at that. Look at Sam's. Look at Sam.
What? Who's Sam?
Eat whatever you're given. Otherwise, you
What?
go to bed hungry.
What?
There. Sam's allotment diary. Eat whatever's given. Sit back
Yay!
or go to bed hungry. That's what we should do to you.
Ooh, I have a time.
Not you. The other one.
Can you rip this bit off?
See, kids survive on air sometimes. You know that. You know what Rue loves? A challenge. She picks a food she isn't sure of, and then you pick a food that you aren't sure of, and you can challenge each other. That's a clever idea, isn't it? Look what game
I
they
used to
play.
have some egg. Wow.
I'd have to use an egg replacement, but we'll
Phone
be
died
fine.
and I missed.
Yeah, don't use the egg. Just dip it in breadcrumbs without the egg, or you know, just a little bit of flour and water, like a little thin paste, and you can just use that to. You don't have, yeah, you can use that to get the breadcrumbs to stay on. So it doesn't have to be wheat flour. You can use chickpea flour if you want. So if you've got if you don't like gluten, you can use the chickpea flour, and that's all right. Already shared on Instagram. Jazz, I need to get on that, man. I ain't seen it. I'm gonna go and have a look after this live. I'm gonna go have a look. So, Dean, we've been talking aloo chops. So Jazz has made some aloo chops. Becky wants to make some aloo chops. Yeah, that's what we've been talking about. And your Parkway. I'm able to eat food now. I'm able to eat food now. I used to detest spinach. Bish is back with homemade tea. Homemade tea, of course it's homemade tea. So Bish is back with tea and marmalade. Sam, I think it sounds right, you know. The problem is I haven't got, sometimes I just haven't got the stomach to go through with it, because you start off by doing it, and then when they're not sleeping, and then you get a bit, you start getting stressed out. On proper stressing me out, when the kids don't eat properly.
You don't get stressed out. I get stressed out.
Huzaifa Iqbal Natsiya, Assalamu alaikum, Huzaifa, mashallah. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. So Dean's laughing. Oh, I think I called it a parkway, didn't I? I'll make the video and tag it. That'll be awesome. That'll be brilliant. That it'd be nice. It'd be nice because you can add your own little mixes into it. Do you know, different little things that what you like. You can add different things into it. Huzaifa, mashallah, you're very good today. Alhamdulillah, very proud of you. So Huzaifa is my teacher's son, and he's a very young lad does some singing. Uh, Mashallah, he's very good, and he recites the Quran really beautifully. He's only 8 years old, so for a young man, he's doing very good. Keep it up, mashallah. Bouncer Slab is here. How are you doing, big man? Thank you very much for coming in. Hope all's well.
Huzaifa.
Will you teach me to become a horticulturalist? I'll teach you whatever I know. I don't know if that's going to be qualified to. I can teach you everything I know, kiddo. Huzaifa. He wants to learn about gardening. So, yeah, this season you can come and plant. You can come and help me again. I hope it's going all right. Not bad at all. Not bad at all.
Okay, Khadi, that's enough. Say good night to everyone and go to bed now.
Is it time for your bed?
Yes.
I want to
Thank you.
see.
I'm not gonna
Who
stay.
did you say who's
You
coming?
can have a few
Big
minutes. You can
man?
have
Huzaifa.
bouncer slab. Has everybody have the garden plan ready? I'm getting a bit late with stuff because I wanted to start some plants off indoors I've got these lights that I still haven't got around to setting up. I wanted to make like an indoor a grow room. I was thinking of just using like a quite a thick cardboard box, and then attaching aluminium foil to the inside,
He says he's
And-
9.
and then hanging the grow lights over the top of that. Do you think that'd work?
Khadi, please.
Has everybody had the garden plan ready?
Who's now?
So Bish's Generation X is here. Has our Fish with Bish changed? Doing Dad's dinners on my new channel.
That's
He's got a new channel. Fish with Bish has got a new channel. Check it out.
Wow!
So Jazz added more cumin to aloo chops because she likes cumin. Yeah, I like cumin. You have to be. Yeah. Okay, you can have 5 more minutes and then
So,
look.
watch
You have
the
to be.
time.
You have to be hard-headed sometimes and think of
Should I
thousands.
get up to 5?
Look, think of thousands of children out there that can't afford a meal. Which is how I teach my daughter how lucky she is for what she has in life. Yeah, you're lucky, aren't you? Eh?
I said that
Sit
one.
back.
Look, it says
Okay, sit back.
that.
I have a plan, but not a planting scheme.
Dean's lost the plot.
Just waiting patiently for spring and wild mushrooms to start popping up.
No,
Crazy.
Bear,
Yeah.
who was the first person to come in the live?
I don't know. I think it might have been Mike's allotment,
Who was
or
it?
it could have been Becky's allotment. But I'm not sure. So Huzaifa's 9, mashallah. I plan the layout.
Was it your
the rest
YouTube channel? Fish with Bish? What's it called? What's it called? What's it called?
Bish's Generation X.
What is that supposed to mean?
Okay, now it's your bedtime.
Speak.
Is your Khadi,
Brush your teeth.
Khadi, your bedtime and Tayyib's 5 minutes.
Khadi. Khadi.
That one's that one's safer.
Khadi.
Huh?
So How is this for connection
On your
apple?
face.
Can someone please ask me a question?
How's this for a concoction I put together? Mince and korma sauce,
Put some cream
and
on your face and
lasagna
you can
top
line
with
up with the
chicken
chocolate
and
cake.
cheese on top. Oh, that sounds like it.
Have you guys tried it
Yeah, that
downstairs?
could do all right, you know.
The weather this week has been rainy,
That could do all right, you know, Dean.
cloudy, sunny,
But the only thing is, I'm not a big.
and a
I'm
bit stony.
gardening with nature. Our garden grows wonderful cucumbers and tomatoes. Not much else. Slabby, do you have you made some garden beds in
Can
your
you ask me
garden?
some more questions, please?
Just hang on a second.
Can you remind her what she's supposed to do?
What are you supposed to do, sweetie?
What you're supposed to do?
What is
In
crumbed?
95 minutes,
Speak to
so
me,
finish
Josefa.
that and you go to bed.
What do you want me? Yeah, so you're welcome to come and look, help me garden this year.
Wait, Shazaifa has a YouTube channel?
Yeah, look, he's there.
I do the mushroom.
What?
To me too. I do all the first 2 months, and then everything goes bananas. See, I'm never very good at
Please ask
planning.
me a question.
I'm never very good at planning. I have an idea in my head, and then I try and just follow that.
Don't
How you greet every video with a
That's
saying.
already
Just
past
hang on a
Josefa.
second. Hang on. Let me answer this question. Ken Ingram's here. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. How you greet every video with a saying X. Can you say it and spell it? I have to work on a multicultural market and would love to say it to them. Yeah, I can write. Just give me a second. I'll write it down for you.
Why write it down? He is replying.
There you go. Thank you very much for coming in as well, Ken. I hope you're well.
Why does it show a crown?
So Dean had this because I'm the king. Dean had Dean's lasagna
Please ask me a
coma.
question.
Lasagna coma. That's not bad, is it?
Please ask me a question.
I always manage to plan where the beans will go because they can't be crammed in anywhere. I've got 2 permanent beds for my beans, so I know where they're
Please
going.
ask me a question. Please ask me a question.
So you want someone to ask him a question. Look, Jazz was saying earlier that if you eat your fruit and veg, you're going to be really strong and be able to run fast. I'm just thinking
I don't know.
of taking a year on the allotment front, as it's been
I don't know what time I'm going to bed.
has been at it
Right
16
now.
years in total.
No, I'm not.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do by taking a year out, Sam? Would you just completely abandon it, or would you just
What's that noise?
leave your fruit and stuff in the background?
I just heard. What was it?
So Bouncer Slab's got 4x4 garden boxes to prevent erosion, but nutrients need to be added. Fish parts work well. I think I saw you not so a while back planting,
Okay, now it's my turn to ask you
burying
a
fish waste
question.
into the ground.
Dave, go get your cream.
So I
What do
know
you draw? What do you like to draw?
where the alliums, potatoes, and brassicas are going. The rest play by ear. See,
Okay, no answers. Then what's your favorite superhero?
okay.
Dave,
So Josefa's asking you how you doing.
Good.
say salam.
Assalamualaikum, Azaifa.
So
Who's your
Sam
favorite
recommended you
superhero,
don't
everyone?
just stop, just grow 1 or 2 things. What time are you going to bed? That's what Dean's asking you a question. What time are you going to bed?
I already answered. I don't know.
You're going to bed now. Go on,
What's your favorite superhero?
go off. Go on, off you go.
What's your favorite
Okay.
superhero?
Okay,
Dave,
off you go.
Dave, get your cream. Dad's sitting downstairs. In other words, you have to go by yourself after.
He's saying, did you like my night in Masjid Kuba today? It was really good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was really good.
Bouncer Slabs is
Mashallah.
the hook.
So, go on, off you
So
go.
Dad is coming
Dave.
up, so you have to go by yourself.
Batman.
Dave.
What's your favorite superhero? Batman. He doesn't have any superpowers. He only has gadgets.
Dave, Dad is coming up, so you have to go by yourself.
Go on, Dave. Can you not? Go on, off you go. Go on. Stop making a sulky face. Just get shifted.
Go now, quickly.
Go on, go on, go on, go
Dad's
on,
coming
go on,
up, so run, get the cream.
go on. Good lad.
Go, run.
Oh,
Run, run.
Bish, you crack me up, man. See, I see too much on YouTube and I wanna try everything. Chickpeas, okra, salsify. What's salsify? Stevia. I wanna try stevia. See, I grew chickpeas a couple of years ago. I always plant a few chickpeas, but they never seem quite worth it because they grow and then you get a pod and you get like one or two peas in it. So fr- from quite a few plants, you can end up with a handful of chickpeas. If they're a bit more productive, like green peas, then I'd definitely do it every year. But it just doesn't quite. Yeah, it just doesn't quite do it for me. Uh, don't answer him. It's bedtime. Oh, you got me. You got me there. And be honest, pal. Focus on so. To be honest, Sam. So you've got to put you and your family first, mate. And if the allotment gets in the way, then put it. Take your break. Um, if you need to. Snow peas are much better. I like snow peas. So yeah, I like peas. I like I like growing peas. There's nothing like opening that fresh pod. When you open that fresh pod and then just scoop the peas out, or even just pick the peas and just start munching on the peas pod and all. That's all right. Um, so Josefa, what do you want to grow this year? Tell me what you're gonna grow, and I'll get some seeds in for you, and then I can show you how to do it. Oops, growing snow or sweet peas are good. Not talking about writing my name in snow. Naughty, that's naughty. I'm taking 2 weeks off YouTube over Christmas to enjoy family time. Good man. Uh, see, I need to do a garden update tomorrow because I've got no. I need I need some inspiration at the moment because I'm running dry on ideas. Um, Sam, do what needs to be done. You've always got the plot to head down to just to de-stress, etc. Cover the allotment up so when you get them back, it's easier to start up again. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense because you put a lot of work into that. What's the matter?
Back is in my space, so I can't sleep on the bed. I have to read on the floor. Is it okay if I take 2 pillows?
Yeah, you can take 2 pillows. I never grow enough peas. They never make it. They never make it home. Um, this year our peas weren't very good. Last year we probably froze probably about a kilo of shelled peas. Probably more than that. And they lasted us quite a while. But this year it was a lot less. I'm not sure why, but it was a lot less. This year I wasn't happy with what happened this year at all. A lot of the stuff really struggled this year. Um, One of these days the kids will put one into bed and take over the channel. Time to figure out dinner. Do you grow mushrooms? Do you grow mushrooms all year long, like beartooth or lion's mane? Um, See, Slabby, I've not been lucky enough to find beartooth. Or we don't see we get lion's mane over here, but I think beartooth is the American variety, and I think it's a bit more specific to the Americas. But lion's mane's definitely one that's over here, but I've not been lucky enough to find a lion's mane yet. Um, Focus on moving forward. But do it in a way so you can keep that plot, when you come back, because you're putting a lot of work into that plot, and you don't want to lose it. Uh, so Joyce is saying she thinks it was too hot. See, I think we had the opposite problem because June when it was supposed to be really hot. It was really cold over here. It was lovely in May, and then in June we had like a false start to May. May was really warm, and then I put a lot of my tender plants out, like my sweet corn and stuff. I planted all that out quite early, quite probably mid May, and then it all suffered in June because it was really cold. Uh, I really need to think about growing what I can reach now. Do you know you mentioned a while ago, Brian? There was someone helping you on your plot. Does he still come and help you? Um, I mean, it's hard for the peas to make it from the garden to the house. Peas are nice. Michael McIntyre's on, not as funny. So yeah, Bish, what are you going to be doing on your new channel? So Bish's Generation X. That's obviously it's Fish with Bish, but it's his other channel. So tell us what you're doing on your new channel, Bish. My overwintering potato channel challenge is in one Maris pear and 10 litre water bucket from Morrison's. Oh. Are the seed potatoes out now? Because last time I went to Wilco's, all the plant stuff was gone, and it was just full of Christmas stuff. So they normally yeah they normally have like a tiny little section, but there was nothing this time. You can buy lion's mane plugs to grow your own mushrooms. I need to grow. I need to get some spawn for my garden. I live. James McAllister's here. Thank you very much for coming in. I hope you're well. I live in the northwest. I'm interested in growing Indian veg, but my mates who are Bengali don't know the English word for the veg. That's why I like your channel. Thanks, mate. What do you like growing? Tell me what you like growing, and I'll explain it. Have you grown anything? Do you want? And what do you like growing? Tell me about it. Um, See, Brian, what I was thinking was because I use so much wood chips in the garden, I was thinking if I could just get some, mushroom spawn, and get the whole bed, everything in the garden mushroomed, and then just pick from every makes sense. Uh, Sam, I don't have a Facebook, but I hope you'll be all right. Probably do what Dean said, and I'll see how come the summer might have things sorted by then. I hope everything works all right, Sam. I really do, mate. Um, it's not easy at the minute. It's all about retro TV, movies, old toys, games, and how to start a YouTube channel. Ah, and what's Generation X? Oops. He still helps out, but close to getting his own plot with the future help. With future help promised. See, it's brilliant what you've done there. Taking on an apprentice like that. I like that. I really like that. He's probably learnt a lot from you. I'm gonna just 1 second. So Frank, no mate, it was one. It was one I got from a tub I emptied a few days earlier. Obviously not chittered. Ah, okay. So I haven't got any seed potatoes. But I have got some sprouting potatoes in the cupboard. Justin's here. Thank you very much for coming in, Justin. How are you doing? I hope you're well. I had to order my potatoes online to get what I wanted. What have you ordered, Brian? So everyone knows Fish with Bish. That's his other channel. Tell us what you do again, Bish. and so everyone knows. Uh, I'm all good. Just had a lot of yeah, yeah. You messaged me about that, and it's made a lot of sense to my childhood, but unfortunately, it's never left me into adulthood and daily issues. But it's nothing that can't be worked on. It's good that you've got your diagnosis now, and at least you can. It gives you some idea. It gives you some sort of explanation. Mushroom plugs are treated, dowel, and planted in logs. See, Brian, I was thinking of doing trying to get some of the wood chips in my beds inoculated, and if I can get the wood chips in my bed inoculated, then I can grow straight out. While uh, yeah, I can grow in between my other stuff. That's what my idea was. Because I'm getting loads of other kinds of mushrooms like I got those magic mushrooms and I get loads of ink caps, but I don't want I want some mushrooms that I can eat, something that I've ordered a bit for myself, uh, something that I've that I can identify quite easily. Um, so Generation X is born in the 60s. Uh, hope everybody. Justin, I'm all right, mate. How are you doing? Tell us what you've been up to. How old am I? I'm too old. I must be Generation Y W. So, what am I then? I'm not. I don't. I'm not a millennial. I know. I know that. What's the one before a millennial? What what generation are you if you're the one before a millennial? A millennium millenni yeah. Uh, it's all about being born in the 60s and about retro TV, movies, toys, games, 70s, 80s, etc. The way to start a YouTube channel as an older YouTuber. So if anyone's into that kind of thing, Bish's new channel will help you with that and give you a bit of nostalgia for your old times. Uh, I need I need my allotments for my body and mind. I would never give them up. It makes me feel alive. Someday I'll explain it in a video. Joyce, I know what you're talking about there. I agree with you. A garden's a good place for me to just de-stress because I don't have to think about anything else when I'm in my garden. I can just relax and be at one with nature a little bit. I knew magic mushrooms. You're welcome to them, Brian, if you want them. How old am I, Josefa? I'm too old. I'm too old. Uh, I'm nearly 40. So yeah, there you go. Different mushrooms need different growing mediums. Yeah. See, I was thinking of trying to get oysters established, and I was thinking of trying to get some, penny buns established, because that'll grow well in the medium that I've got. I need a recommendation for a spud variety for a good sized baking potatoes. Frank, my favourites are always. I've got two favourites. Desiree, Desiree are absolutely awesome. They're a red potato, but if you get them fresh straight out of the ground and give them a wash, they're absolutely bright pink. And you've seen what I did with it. How lucky I was this year with them. So they grow massive, but they can get slug infested quite a bit. But they are definitely worth growing. The other ones that I really like growing is King Edwards. Do you know the pink and the white. They're mixed potato. I love them as well. Uh, they're my two. I think they're definitely my two favorite potatoes. They're an old fashioned variety. But yeah, that's what I like growing. So if you want something big for baked potatoes, that's definitely one. Uh, See, I have the double decker intro on the. When did you start that channel, Bish? You kept that a bit quiet. I'm glad I came across allotment material when I was 16. I dread to think where I'd be for. So, Justin's 40, just a little bit older than me. Frank's 60. Uh, James is saying I keep asking them for seed, and when they go to London, they keep forgetting. As I didn't know what I can grow up here in abundance, willing to try anything. Just love Indian food, especially salad. James, if you know me on Facebook, drop me a message and I'll sort something out for you. We can sort something out for you this year. Is Tony here? I'm just seeing loads of messages to Tony. Where's Tony? What's my age number? It's 38 at the minute. It's gonna go up. It's gonna go up very soon. Um, yeah, James, drop me a message on Facebook if you know me, and we'll sort something out. Oyster mushrooms are also in dowel form. Yeah, I was thinking of getting some oyster plugs and sticking them. You know, I've got a flower bed made out of old cherry logs and beech. Is it no ash? So I was thinking of just trying to inoculate them with oysters. 1981 down to the early 70s were we are the Generation X. So do I just fall out of it, Generation X then? Because I'm 82. Don't call me a millennial. Uh, you like red potatoes? I really like red potatoes. I think red potatoes are brilliant. Winston potatoes are early baking potatoes. Tony's here, and I think Tony's putting his age in 44. Tony, how are you doing, big man? I hope you're well. Uh, my allotment is the only thing that keeps me going some days. It does keep you busy and helps you switch off. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I might just go and sift. I might just go and play with my compost tomorrow. I've got nothing to do, so I think I want to just go and play with my compost. I need to clean my chicken house, and I need to have a play with my compost. A while ago, I just uploaded now and again, but I'm gonna go for it this year. Um, hang on. I think I'm a bit behind it. Hot Melinda Paranormal Damon Broadcasters here. Thank you very much for coming in. Nicola potatoes. That's one I want to try actually. So Josefa's saying I look 24. Thanks, kiddo. uh, so I'm a Generation Z. Was it? I'm a Generation Z. Yeah, Desiree potatoes. Joyce had a really good year with Desiree potatoes this year. Really good year with Desiree. Uh, yeah, really. I grew some massive potatoes this year. I was well impressed with them. Yeah, same age as me, Generation X. So who's Generation Y then? Right, I'm getting back to my stripping. Uh, so yeah, Tony prefers Charlotte over Nicola. See, I never have luck with I never have luck with early potatoes. First earlies, second earlies sometimes are a bit of hit and miss, but early potatoes I never do well with early potatoes. Um, Deanie was complaining about his wrist hurting earlier, so you got to be careful. Um, I saw your post, Jazz, on your all on your lonesome today. Uh, Me too, Tony. Nicola don't store well in tubs. Uh, See why do you think I struggle with early potatoes? Because I plant them um March time, but then they're only about that big. They're like little marbles. They never grow to a decent size for me to have. Um, yeah, to be any good. But I like my main crop. My main crop, yeah, do all right. How did I know you like red potatoes? Because, did I give you some red potato plants last year? Uh, Too much nitrogen. Is that just with early potatoes, or does that affect main crop? Because my main crop always do well. It's just my earlies never seem to do well. I have best luck growing shallots in beds. Sometimes too big. See, I grew rocket this year. I've grown Charlotte before, but I grew rocket this year, and rockets were horrible. If I think I was a little bit late harvesting the rockets, and one thing I've noticed about any kind of potato is if you harvest them a bit late, they get sluggy quite a lot, and the rockets weren't very good at all. Quite a few of them had rotten. Uh, yeah, please grow some potatoes. Jose, for this year, I'll get you some potatoes for you to grow. Um, I think we'll help you plant. We'll plant some both red and white potatoes. Yeah, I think I can do that for you. Sam's still listening. Um, I always find second earlies and main crop do better in my soil. All spuds, but earlies have a short growing season, so hits them harder. Less nitrogen, more potassium. See, the pH, my soil pH is about 6.5. Fish blood. See, that was my mistake, Tony. New compost with chicken pellets and lots of fish blood and bone. My buds were way too leggy. I love my allotment. In fact, I have just overtaken my next door neighbour's plot. No dig. I'm struggling with getting wood chip this year. In fact, I'm thinking of starting a YouTube channel. James, do it. If you want to start a YouTube channel, do it. Um, yeah, just get on there. Don't worry about being professional. Don't worry about any of that. If you see my very first video that I did, you'll see how I watch it now, and I think it's just really cringe worthy. I watch some of my early videos, and I think, were you really just like that? I think I've still got a long way to go. But don't worry about it. Just go for it, mate. And if you ever need any support, uh, feel free to ask me. There's loads of guys in here, and there's loads of people in here that will really help you. So just go for it. Yeah, it, everyone in here. I think everyone in here has got a YouTube channel. Most of the people that have been in here tonight have got a YouTube channel. There's a lot of really good, friendly people on here that will look after you as well. They have with me anyway. Uh, uh, so Jazz has got to go. I recommend the aloo chop recipe. Very tasty. Jazz, I'm really glad you enjoyed it. I'm gonna go check your Instagram post out and see what you did. Uh, Scotland Massives in the house. Linz, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming. Bish told me to get in here. Fish with Bish is here, James. It's a lot of fun. Just use your phone. See, I use my phone. I haven't got a fancy camera. I haven't got a fancy recorder. I haven't got anything. I just use my phone and I use whatever's free. Uh, I've one earphone beat. I've one earphone beat on your video. I have everyone beat on your. Mine was dreadful. It was long ago, and I use an analog camera. Yeah, Tony, I watched my first video, and do you know, like, my niece was laughing at me after I filmed it. 'Cause I can't film. I can't film. I can't do filming. It's just something that I don't have the skills to do. Because when I you can tell when I've videoed something. Even now you can tell when I've videoed something and when my wife's videoed something. I just haven't got the eye for it. And my hands are always like this, you know. I'm holding the camera and I'm flipping about and I'm doing and I'm all over the place. But my first video, halfway along it starts straight, then it's vertical, and then it's sideways again, and then it's upside down. Yeah, it's horrible. Jazz, have a great night. We'll see you again soon. So Josefa's got a channel as well. He does some singing on there and Quran recitation. If anyone likes that sort of thing, Josefa's a young lad starting out on YouTube. Go and yeah, check him out. Invest in an Osmo 3, pal. I have one. It's what's an Osmo 3? Tell me what an Osmo 3 is first. So Josefa can film, mashallah. You should still be able to grow decent potatoes with a pH of 6.5. 5.5 would be ideal. Yeah, it's a gimbal. Um, I've got a gimbal coming soon. Hopefully, I'm going to pick it up this next weekend. I don't know. I don't know what the brand is, but hopefully next weekend I'll be able to pick it up. So time for me to shoot. Need to change my phone. Have a good night, Dean. I think I'm gonna call it a night here as well. Uh, yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a night here as well. It's been a good little chat, and I needed a bit of a break. So thank you guys. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it as always. Linz, I know, man, you came on a bit late. No, not at all, not at all, guys. I'm glad you came in. I really am. I needed a good chat with some decent people. Um, so yeah, same time next week. I'm gonna leave it there. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.